Tonight, the YLF delegates graduate.
Plus, students react to the decreasing gas prices. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for June 7, 2012. I'm Deatra Montgomery.
And I'm Judson Garner. Thanks for joining us this evening. All this week, students with disabilities have spent time learning lessons on leadership on the Troy campus. And this afternoon, all of their hard work was rewarded in a special ceremony. Andrew Clay has the details.
The Youth Leadership Forum wrapped up its 5-day camp with a graduation ceremony as students, staff, and family were able to reflect on the growth and accomplishments of the students who took part in the program.
There's just a great change. They're able to advocate for themselves. Some of them come here and they're shy, and today they're speaking up.
This is a really great program. If you know somebody with a disability, recommend this for them.
Leaders have been really great in teaching them how to be good leaders.
And young people go home feeling a lot better about themselves than when they came. And we just want them to feel they're very important because they are.
This celebration marks the 13th year of involvement with Troy University and the Youth Leadership Forum. The 28 graduating delegates of 2012 are ready to move forward.
They have much more potential than a lot of them realize. And a lot of them have realized that this week through a lot of the activities that we've done.
We're just hoping that they'll go back and take the skills that they've learned this week to go back into their communities and be leaders.
We educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, and the body to act. I can't think of an experience throughout the year that captures those three elements any better than the YLF.
Some of the group leaders for the YLF program are former delegates from past years. The leaders say they enjoy being able to come back and help each other.
I want them to be encouraged that they can do what they've been told they can.
Our volunteer staff was able to encourage our delegates a lot, encourage a lot of good discussion with them, and it was just a great week.
Family members of the delegates say they were pleased with the experience and outcome the YLF provided their relatives.
I would advise any parent to let their child come because everybody has been so loving and so supportive and seeing that they have been taken care of and done their best with them.
Andrew Clay, Troy, TrojanVision News.
31 students from high schools from all over the state participated in this year's forum.
Summer is generally the time many people travel, and gas prices can affect those plans. While some students are still in school this summer, that doesn't mean they aren't affected by the price they pay at the pump.
They're getting lower, lower, and lower. In the past couple of months, Troy, as well as the rest of the United States, has been experiencing low gas prices due to the falling price of crude oil. And while these prices are bottoming out, students are taking notice.
I'm happy that gas prices are low. I actually hope they get lowered.
I feel good that they've gone down a little bit.
Feeling real happy about it. They're getting more miles for every dollar.
I love it because I'm actually from Florida and they're way higher there than they are here.
I feel a little good, it makes some way to easier to get around, Instead of have to worry about putting $20 in my tank and not barely getting that gallon out, but it's a little bit affordable.
While no one is bothering to question why gas prices are decreasing, especially during this time of year, people are keeping in the back of their minds that these prices may not stay down for long.
I'm really expecting them to go up a little because 9 times out of 10 during the 4th of July, people like to travel.
I'm hoping it's going to stay low, but I know that summer's a good time for them to raise because so many people travel and everything.
Well, I think it's kind of like a trap. I think it's going to probably be low until like the week of 4th of July, and then they're going to jump them up again.
And with the price of gas going down, students have the chance to spend the money saved at the pump in their own personal ways.
I will save it and invest it.
It has helped me to be able to have more spending money. It has helped me to be able to pay my bills on time.
It's going to myself, clothing, movies, things like that, just me time.
I'm just using it to pay for other things that I have to buy, necessities.
I tend to spend most of my money on food, though. That's where most of it goes.
Just paying bills.
This week, AAA says the national average for a cost of gallon of gas is $3.59. According to the website AlabamaGasPrices.com, the lowest cost of a gallon of gas in Troy is $3.11, 48 cents below the national average.
Troy University's population will increase a little bit starting Sunday as 325 young women from all over the state will converge on the Troy campus. Alabama Girls State will return to Troy starting this Sunday. This is the 13th year Alabama Girls State has called Troy home. The program provides the opportunity for high school junior girls to participate in a hands-on citizenship training program. This year's event also marks the 17th anniversary session for Girls State. Girls State starts on Sunday and will run through next Friday.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Montgomery, the family of a Montgomery man fatally shot more than 36 years ago by a police officer is seeking an apology from the city for the death of Bernard Whitehurst. Police went after the wrong man and in the case forced several city officials to resign at the time. There's no word yet if officials plan to apologize.
And in Hayneville, Alabama authorities want to question a Montgomery man in connection with the slaying of 9-year-old twins and a 73-year-old family friend whose bodies were found on a dirt road near Hayneville. The Alabama Bureau of Investigation says 22-year-old Deandra Marquise Lee is being sought as a person of interest for the questioning in the deaths.
And also in Montgomery, the state now has a law limiting protests at funerals. Governor Robert Bentley signed a bill Wednesday mandating that demonstrators stay at least 1,000 feet away from the funerals, the equivalent of 2 blocks.
Still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, the women's basketball staff has 2 new assistants, and we'll find out more on that story when Danielle Percival joins us with sports.
But first, concerns over unnecessary CT scans are growing. A new study shows those concerns are legitimate. That story is next.
Can a CAT scan put your child at risk? I'm Dick Brennan in New York City. I'll have that story coming up.
Today, we gather to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. The woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
Mom, can I have $1? Yeah, it's right. I think my purse is upstairs on the bed. It's not here. Check the dining room. No. What about your sister's room? It's not there either. The upstairs closet? The downstairs closet. There are no more closets.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Deatra Montgomery at the Global News Desk. Deatra?
Capitol Hill is looking for answers about the sluggish economy and what can be done to help recovery stay on track. The chairman of Federal Reserve paid a visit to give lawmakers some answers. Tara Mergener is at the Capitol with the story.
Ben Bernanke came to give his read on what's going on with the economy and where it's going from here.
Economic growth appears poised to continue at a moderate pace over coming quarters.
The chairman of the Federal Reserve delivered his forecast to the Joint Economic Committee. His appearance comes after weeks of lackluster news about the economy and unemployment, signs that the recovery may be stalling. Congress also wants to know how Europe's troubles will affect the U.S. and whether the Fed has any tricks to make things better.
We're going to have to make some difficult assessments, both about how effective they would be and whether there are costs and risks associated with those steps that would outweigh the benefits.
Before Bernanke arrived here on Capitol Hill, the government released the latest snapshot of the labor market. It showed the number of people applying for unemployment benefits fell last week. That suggests at least some modest job growth after 3 months of weak hiring. But on the whole, the economy grew at a pace of just 1.9% in the first quarter. In the past, the Fed has injected cash into the financial markets and lowered interest rates to try and stimulate growth.
We have a number of different options, but at this point, I really can't say that anything is completely off the table.
Wall Street is listening closely. The stock market opened with an optimistic rally, investors hoping the Fed will use its weapons to protect the U.S. economy. Tara Mergener for CBS News on Capitol Hill.
Over the past decades, the use of CT scans has skyrocketed. Now, new research provides more proof that exposing children to unnecessary radiation could have serious consequences later on. Dick Brennan has the findings from New York.
The Bundus family has 3 active boys.
Kids play and they fall and they hurt themselves.
Like any parent, Ashley Bundus knows some bumps and bruises will require a trip to the doctor or even a CT scan. But a new study shows the scans could affect their health in the future. Research in the journal The Lancet finds radiation exposure from 2 or 3 CT scans of the head during childhood can triple the risk of developing brain cancer.
They also found that the risk from 5 to 10 CT scans of the head tripled the risk of leukemia.
The study looked at 180,000 children who had CT scans between 1985 and 2002. The researchers note that newer scanners expose kids to less radiation than the machines used on these patients. Researchers say the scans only increase the chances of cancer slightly, about 1 additional brain cancer case for every 30,000 patients and 1 additional leukemia case for every 10,000 patients. While the study shows a small cancer risk, experts say radiation doses from CAT scans should be kept as low as possible, and scans should only be done when absolutely necessary.
There is a small but real risk of cancer from these CT scans. That needs to be weighed against the benefits of CT scans.
The FDA advises parents to question their doctor about whether a scan is needed.
If I thought it was important and we couldn't assess the situation and figure out what's wrong, yes, I'm going to put my children through that type of medical testing.
And if a test is a must-do, the FDA suggests asking if a radiation-free alternative is available. Dick Brennan for CBS News, New York.
And that wraps things up from the Global News Desk. Now back to you, Judson.
And now Danielle Percival joins us for a look at sports. Well, Danielle, it's been a pretty exciting afternoon for Troy athletics so far.
Well, that's right, Judson. It's not often during the summer we get to talk about Troy's sports, but we have got some local sports action to get into, so let's get to that first.
All right.
As I was saying, in some of the only Troy sports action that's remaining until fall, track and field athlete Martins Pildovs is in action this afternoon in Des Moines, Iowa at the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships. He is participating in the javelin throw competition. Through the first 3 attempts, Pildov's best throw was 70.33 meters, good for 13th place out of 24 competitors. The top 9 throwers through 6 attempts, will go to the finals. Women's basketball head coach Chanda Rigby announced the hiring of 2 assistant coaches earlier in the week and formally introduced them at a reception yesterday, beginning a new era of women's basketball. Thursday afternoon, friends of the Trojan women's basketball team were given the opportunity to meet the new staff. Head coach Chanda Rigby and her 2 assistants Jennifer Graff and Kayla Ard.
We want to be able to meet some of our fans and the people here on campus, so we put this little reception together kind of at the last minute, but it was great, the people that showed up, the support that we have, I think it just builds from here.
It's a great feeling. That's exactly what we want to generate. We feel so excited about it. We hope it rubs off, and it seems to be doing just that.
The staff that Coach Rigby has comprised consists of 2 of her former players from when she coached high school basketball.
Both Coach Graff and Coach Ard played for me. We won state championships as players and coaches with them. Coach Ard's been with me the last 2 years at Pensacola State. We won 2 championships there together, so we just want to continue it here at Troy.
The reception allowed supporters to meet the coaches as well as the players who were already on campus. There were even a few of the other coaches from around the university who stopped by to visit.
And one of the things I've loved about this place is the support from within. The coaches that support each other. The football coach, the volleyball coach.
The support here at Troy so far has been unlike anything I've ever experienced. Everybody is so willing to help.
I can't say enough amazing things about the campus, especially the people that are here. To me, that's what sells this place and is going to be able to sell this to recruits. Is the people have been phenomenal.
While recruiting with an all-new staff may be a challenge, Troy University does offer several selling points, including the new Trojan Arena.
When we bring them in, we save the arena for the second day of the visit, and that's what seals the deal for us. Every kid we've brought on campus here and offered a scholarship to has signed, and it's been because they got to see that arena over there. They go in there and they just get amazed by it.
I tell you what, that's what sells the recruit. I feel like they make a decision right there that says, man, I want to play in Trojan Arena.
This season will be the first season for the basketball teams to play in Trojan Arena. While the women's schedule has not yet been released, the first game in the arena will be on November 9th when the men's team takes on Mississippi State. Diatra, best of luck to the women's basketball team. Of course, the season is still quite a ways away, but looking forward to seeing what that new era of basketball is going to be like, and just excited for it to get here.
And a part of that new era is the new arena. I know you mentioned that in your package, and that should be just as exciting for the fans as it is for the athletes.
Absolutely, a great venue.
Thanks a lot, Danielle.
Thank you.
Coming up on TrojanVision Nightly News, Aaron Taylor sits down with the new women's basketball coach.
Outside skies remained overcast throughout the day. We even saw some misty conditions earlier. When will the sun make another appearance, Jamarlo?
Well, Justin, it seems as if the sun will not be making an appearance anytime soon, but I have that and more coming up next in weather.
At the heart of what we do in the College of Business is care for the student.
It's a personal thing with the students. We feel like the students are our most important asset, our most important products.
I have never been anywhere where I've known so many students on first name basis. They stop by socially to talk to.
So we understand who our students are, and we're trying to help them be better in their areas of professional work.
My colleagues and I work together to create programs that our students need.
What we try to do at Troy University is provide an experience to students that not only provide the curriculum that allows them to be successful in the business world, but we also try to expand their horizons to reach greater opportunities that maybe they didn't think they were capable of before.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now Jamarlo Phillips joins us with weather.
Now, Jamarlo, we've been seeing cloudy skies for the past couple of days. Is that an indication that rain will be coming, or will the clouds clear away and we'll see sunny skies?
Well, Deatra, we have been seeing very cloudy skies the past few days, and unfortunately, this weekend will not be looking pretty good. So I'll give you more of that right now.
Now let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions. As we look at our current conditions, we see our skies are mostly cloudy right now. Our temperature is coming in at 78 degrees, dew point 66 degrees, humidity at 68%, barometer reading 29.93 and falling, with your winds coming in from the east at 6 miles per hour. Now let's take a look at today's stats. Our highs coming in at 78, today's low 67. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see any rain today. Our sun rose this morning at 5:38 a.m. and it's going to set this afternoon around 7:47 p.m. Now let's take a look at temperatures from around the state. As we can see, the whole southeast region is covered with mostly cloudy skies right now. But as we take a look right here in Mobile, coming in at 90 degrees. As we move over to Huntsville, coming in at 81 degrees. Birmingham, 87 degrees. Montgomery, 86 degrees. And in our area, Troy, coming in at 78 degrees, the lowest. Phoenix City coming in at 84 and 75 in Dothan. Now let's take a look at current temperatures in the southeast region. As we can see, just about the whole region right now is covered in the reddish orange color. Not too much heat in our area right now, but it's fairly I don't know. 84 in Birmingham, 79 in Atlanta, 85 in Albany, and as we move down to the southeast, down here in Miami, 86 degrees. Now let's take a look at our current temperatures across the United States. As we can see, very high temperatures all across that southeast region. And our precipitation forecast for the next 48 hours, we will not be experiencing any rain. But as we move on to our current surface map, we can see that this pressure system, this low pressure system right here, and this high pressure system right here, it's going to move in and it's going to bring rain into our area, maybe in the next 48 hours and maybe in the next, maybe in the upcoming week. As we take a look at our thunderstorm forecast, as we can see for tonight, we will not be experiencing any thunderstorms right here. But as you look at right at the bottom of Alabama, in this area right here, going down into Florida, they will be experiencing thunderstorms tonight. Now let's take a look at tonight's forecast. As you can see, very clear. As we go into Friday, that rain is going to start to push in with that low pressure system, and by Saturday, we will be experiencing very light rain. Going into Sunday, that light rain will push in as well as heavier rain. So we will definitely be looking at thunderstorms, maybe a chance of thunderstorms and even scattered showers for this weekend. And taking a look at tonight's forecast, it's going to be partly cloudy with a chance of rain. Winds coming from the east at 5 miles per hour with a low of 63 degrees. Now looking at tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be partly cloudy again with 20% chance of rain. Winds coming from the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour with a high of 88 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 4-day forecast. As we take a look at Thursday, we're going to see a 20% chance of rain. As we go into Friday, also as well, 20% chance of rain, a high of 88 and a low of 68. As we go into Saturday and Sunday, we are going to see a 60% chance on Saturday and a 40% chance of thunderstorms on Sunday. So, Deatra, Judson, we will be looking at thunderstorms, chance of thunderstorms this weekend. So, if anyone is trying to go out and just enjoy the weather, definitely not a good time to go out and enjoy the weather. So definitely have an umbrella on hand and some type of rain gear.
So definitely enjoy Thursday and Friday while we can, because this weekend seems like it's going to rain.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much, Marlon.
Thank you. Thanks.